The Cook County Medical Examiner's Office here in Chicago has definitely confirmed the presence of cyanide in 2 separate bottles of extra-strength Tylenol. Tylenol capsules, 50 capsules in each bottle, 500 milligram doses.
These have been associated with 1 death in Elk Grove Village and 2 deaths in the serious illness of a 4th in Arlington Heights. 3 victims are related, and onset of symptoms occurred in their family home, but these are 2 different locations, 2 distinct locations.
Dr. Michael Schaefer, the chief toxicologist for the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office, and Deputy Chief Examiner Dr. Edmund Donahue are now working to determine how the cyanide got into the capsules. Because of the possibility it somehow was put in during the manufacturing process, Dr. Donahue says
the only safe course here is that people should refrain from taking extra strength Tylenol, the 500 milligrams capsules. Presently, the medicine, we've only found the medicine in capsules. We think it unlikely that it could be put into tablets. So avoid taking capsules of Tylenol.
A spokesman for McNeil Consumer Products, the manufacturers of Tylenol, has told CNN they are checking for possible manufacturing errors. They're also checking into the capsule's distribution. Police are also checking to see if the cyanide could have been put in at the store where the Tylenol was purchased. I'm Jeff Locke, CNN, at the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office in Chicago.
Good evening, everyone. We welcome to the show tonight Mrs. Nancy Reagan. Nancy is the First Lady and spearheaded the Just Say No campaign, present in local schools, which focuses on getting kids away from drug and alcohol pressure and focused on healthier options. Good morning, Nancy.
Good morning, Lois. It's great to be here.
Today we have a few questions for you. First being, why are you so passionate about this campaign?
Well, Lois, there's a drug and alcohol abuse epidemic in this country, and no one is safe from it. Not you, not me, and certainly not our children, because this epidemic has their names written all over it. It concerns us all because of the way it tears at our lives and because it's aimed at destroying the brightness and life of the sons and daughters of the United States.
That really shows how much you care about the safety of our children. Thank you. Why are you so concerned about drugs now?
Well, since Ronald took office in 1980, I've been traveling to various schools sharing my ideas. Drugs take away children's dreams and replace them with nightmares. Not long ago, in Oakland, California, I was asked by a group of students what to do if they were offered drugs, and I answered, just say no. Soon after that, the children started a Just Say No club, and now there are over 10,000 clubs nationwide.
Wow, that's really inspiring. It seems that we're running out of time, but is there anything else you'd like to say to our viewers?
Yes, to my young friends out there, life can be great, but not when you can't see it. So open your eyes to life, to see it in the vivid colors that God gave us as a precious gift to His children, to enjoy life to the fullest and to make it count. Say yes to your life, and when it comes to drugs and alcohol, just say no.
Well, thank you very much, Nancy. Surely anyone who's watched this program tonight will definitely be saying no to drugs and alcohol. Now back to David with the rest of tonight's news.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We've gone for main engine start. We have main engine start.
Ladies and gentlemen, rock and roll.
In the movie 16 Candles, Molly Ringwald plays a high school sophomore in love with a handsome senior who doesn't know she exists, yet her co-star, Michael Hall, definitely notices her. What was your reaction to seeing the film?
Well, it's so funny because it seems like so long ago that we filmed it, because we filmed it last summer, but there's just like so many inside jokes now, and it's just fun.
Like how I've gotten taller since it was filmed.
There's so many movies about teenagers. How sensitive are you about teen exploitation?
I'm very sensitive to like exploited films. Like, I'm very aware of how teenagers are portrayed, and the way they are portrayed isn't always realistic.
Yeah, there usually are 25-year-old guys trying to play 17-year-olds. That's why our director, John Hughes, is so special and why this movie is so different.
Yeah, and the movie's based like on infatuation and romance, and not just like teens going out and partying all night.
Yeah, it shows from a girl's point of view how interesting and how different it is.
Okay. Well, you both grew up in the business, commercials, movies, Broadway. Now people are starting to recognize you.
Yeah, like sometimes it's like exciting and then sometimes it's like scary because I just want to walk down the street and be normal. But overall, it's just like nice being recognized.
Everything else I've done has just been in the background. At school and like walking down the street, it's all changed.
Yeah, you just have to be polite though. Like, you just have to deal with it, like paparazzi and stuff. And sometimes I get like funny looks.
Have you guys changed at all because of your newfound popularity?
Yeah, I'm definitely more like self-conscious, and I think twice about how I look now and where I go and what movies I go to.
For the most part, I just walk down the street.
Okay. Well, in the papers they talk about the two of you. You didn't wind up together in the movies, but are you two an item now?
Well, that makes me feel like something in a supermarket.
Yeah. Well, everyone, I guess we'll just have to wait for a later confirmation. Best of luck, you two. Don't forget about us here at MTV. Back to you, Bitsy.
Hey, what's up guys? Today we have Madonna in studio, pop sensation. We have a few questions for you today, Madonna.
Okay.
How'd you get that name? And were you always like a one-name star?
Entertainer. Well, I was born with that name. I was named after my mother, and I guess when I started making records, Madonna Kishionne seemed too long and complicated, and I just got stuck with Madonna.
And what age did that start?
The one-name deal, I guess, started when I was around 23, so I had two names until the age of 23.
But it took a lot of guts, right? To start calling yourself a one-name star, and that's how you made your first record.
No, it seemed completely natural. It means so many things, but I just felt like it was a very good stage name, and everybody actually thought it was a theatrical name, so I took that on.
And it works, obviously.
Yes, I live up to it.
Were you a singing kid? Like, were you in the Glee Club or anything?
I was more of a dancing kid than a singing kid. I mean, I sang in school choirs and I sang in school musicals, but I was much more interested in dancing than singing.
And what happened to that? You still dance, right? Like, dancing's part of the act.
Absolutely. But when I left Michigan and I came to New York, that was my goal, to be a professional dancer. And I sort of fell into singing by accident in a way. Well, I danced a lot in a lot of companies in New York for years, and I realized that I was going to be living hand-to-mouth existence for the rest of my life.
In companies, you mean Broadway shows?
Oh no, modern dance.
Oh, troops.
Yes, modern dance. And you know, it was really hard living, and so then I decided to go to like off-Broadway auditions and Broadway auditions, mostly as a dancer. And I started singing. I had to sing for the auditions, and then, you know, people would hear me sing, and then they'd say, hey, your voice isn't bad. And I'd be like, oh really? I mean, I never really had any training. I never wanted to be a singer. That's not how I started out.
But that's clearly how you ended, and
it is.
Your career just took off, so.
It did.
It was great to have you in the studio
Thank
today,
you.
Madonna.